Hello, we are back after potential lobby issues. I glitched out, that everyone else apparently had problems as well. We're doing a 25% race, no formation lap. The grid is as per qualifying, probably half points, don't know yet. We'll work that out later. But for now, we're back on. And we're ready to get going again in Bahrain. Some people are asking for a 50% race. Obviously, we can't really do that. You know, we're half an hour after we should have started the race. So 25% is a good compromise. We've still got some racing. We'll see. Still waiting for everyone to connect. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens in this one. So we'll ignore what we saw. Pretend it never happened. It never happened. And we go again. 25% race in Bahrain. And maybe it's 4 points. It's half race distance. We'll find out after the race. I can't remember the rules, and I don't know. But either way, formation lap is off. Setups are done. We are ready to go in Bahrain. Hopefully with a bit more interest. Alright, it's lights out. Away we go for the second time. Everyone seems to have got a good start. No one got on the hard tyres this time. Everyone on the soft tyres. Villeneuve gets away nicely again. He's going to stay in P1 for the start as Boyman just gets a little bit squeezed out, and Vinrals is up into P2. 14 laps, it'll be a lot shorter, but filled with action and filled with fun as T-Rex drops down the order to P9. We do have an extra driver as well. We've got full grid. Do we have a full grid? Who are we missing? Oh no, of course, Sackboy or someone. Wasn't feeling very well, so he's dropped out of this one. Of course, if we do a 50% race, then we'd have a lot more dropouts because people can't spend the time doing it because they've got other things to do. Oh, Boyman's lost it. Boyman's had a massive moment there. He's spun around, he's got on the curb, and he's just gone backwards, reversing on the track, doing Mr. Bean. What will he do here? He'll be back to the back of the grid. Well, I mean, that's a ridiculous join. That is the most ridiculous join I've ever seen in my life. That's an embarrassment. Absolute shambles. Shame, I've no doubt will report that, I'm sure. Disgusting. Why not wait to finish, come out last? You're already P18. But anyway, Villeneuve's away. Boyman will no doubt get a penalty for that one. And it is looking pretty close. Hopefully the lobby stays good. That's all we can hope for. If it happens again, then it happens. What can we do? We've tried everything. Unless the Maverick gets past Black Wolf as the two Red Bulls are battling away. And they go side by side up into turn 4. This T-Rex just going in front of Black Wolf and cuts across him. Oh. And Black Wolf, oh, T-Rex gone deep, and Black Wolf, oh, they made contact, and Black Wolf and T-Rex has come together. The two Red Bull teammates spun Black Wolf round. Beautiful 360 and recovery, but yeah, sadly that drops into P14, was running about P9 or 10. So it could have been worse, actually. It was a brilliant little 360, but there'll be inquiries at Red Bull after the race. That's the problem. Lobby restarts, they do tend to sort of breed carnage because everyone's sat around waiting and a bit bored and a bit rusty. Not had the qualifying to get to grips with things, and yeah, we're back racing straight away. No formation lap either, so can have a few incidents on the first couple of laps, which we have seen, but not affected these guys at the front: Villeneuve, Vinals, Rocha, and Istvod. Going like crazy all the way. Nice little DRS train. DRS will be enabled this lap, so Villeneuve will be under pressure from Vinrals and Rocha behind. Zolf has spun. Something's happened to Zolf. And he's going to be in last place if Shade Maps can get past, which he does. Shade Maps also going past Nico Hilterman. Let's watch this with interest. Gets by pretty easily. As now we see Villeneuve still leading the way. There's been another incident as Nico Hilterman has spun at the back, but nothing too bad about that. As Vinrals and Istvod are going side by side. Oh, that was a bit close as Vinrals right behind Istvod, and further forward we see Rocha go very wide. So does that open the door for Vries? Yes, it does, surely. But no, Rocha's managed to stay ahead somehow by going very wide indeed. But that's just let Vinrals and Villeneuve get further ahead as they go side by side through this section of the track. Istvod and Lee Webb. So I was going to say Zolf's going to be really happy to the lobby restart after that unfortunate crash in the first race, but sadly he's in last place, so he'll not be too happy at the moment. So we see Lee Webb all over the back of Istvod. He's going to get the job done with DRS, no problem at all. Further back, Morgonius is in front of the Maverick. Does the Maverick send it down the inside? No. Thinks better of it, sensible move. Boyman now up into P12. As he hunts down his teammate Tim Lees. Just ahead. Istvod and Lee Webb still going at it through sector 2. Rocha and Vries swap positions, so Vries goes up to P3. Onto the podium spot for now. As Rocha just seems to go backwards. Not sure what happened. Saites has got a penalty already for exceeding track limits. They're only on lap 4. We have had. There's no Saites is spun as well, not having a great race at all. Some really close battles through this section. So Rocha goes a little bit wide, probably gets exceeding track limits warning for that, but he's all over the back of Vries. What can he do before the final corner? Might be better off staying behind and then getting DRS for the next straight, but we'll see what he decides to do. As yeah, he's all over the back of him. He's going to get him into turn 1, I'm sure of it. And further forward, we see now Villeneuve has broken away. Is P1 by 2 seconds almost. And then the gap to P3 is just as good as we see Rocha get back past Vries. There's a little bit of contact there, but nothing too dramatic. As there will be a good little battle here as Morgonius and T-Rex going side by side. Morgonius tries to hang on, but that's risky. Yeah, backs out of it, sensible. Although T-Rex did leave him the space, but he was only ever going to understeer into him there, and that has allowed the Maverick to get past Morgonius as well. So Morgonius trying to avoid incident, sensible stuff, but loses position out of it, unfortunately. What can you do? So further forward, they are stretching out a little bit, apart from Vries and Rocha, who are battling like crazy. They've got Lee Webb and Istvod just behind, which opened the door for the rest of them. Further back, so the Maverick gets past Morgonius, or stays in front of Morgonius, I should say. Saites is having massive problems. He's spinning like a Beyblade around this track. Now he pits and retires in the pits. Not had a good day at all. So Lee Webb all over the back of Vries. We're on lap 5 of 14. This is going to go really quick, guys. He's going to get his DRS wide open. As has Vries, though. Vries has somehow got DRS on Rocha ahead. But Lee Webb all over the back of Vries. He's going to send it down the inside. Late on the brakes, he's got the inside line. Beautiful stuff. Somehow Vries keeps it on the inside. Will they give each other space? Vries cuts the corner. Vries has got a decent run on Lee Webb. He's going to send it down the inside. Surely. No. Okay, stays behind. Interesting. It's, whatever. So now the top 4 with a pretty much 2-second gap between all of them. Oh no! Lee Webb's had a massive moment, which I missed. I wasn't looking at the screen, and Vries had to take avoiding action there to make sure it didn't smash into him. So that's allowed Roche to get even further away. Vries somehow still behind Lee Webb, despite that massive moment from Lee. But Vries no doubt gets him here. Oh dear, Vries has spun, not dissimilar to Morgonius in the first race. Oh dear, dear, dear. Stay off the racing line there. Very well done. Rejoin. That's how you're supposed to rejoin Boyman. Just for future reference. Not sure about that one. Lee and Vries coming together there. It's a tricky corner to overtake at, but yes. So we're seeing the first pitters as Roche gets a 5-second penalty, speeding in the pit lane. Absolute schoolboy error. Villeneuve's also into the pits as well. So Lee Webb and Villeneuve stay out. And Vries also gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. So everyone's just got a bit too much adrenaline in this race right now, which is to be expected, as Villeneuve not got much ERS at all. And further in the background there, we've got T-Rex defending against Louis Webb. Louis Webb keen to get on the podium with his Aston Martin teammate, his father. T-Rex done better this race than he did the last one, as he had a bit of a spin last time and caught up in an incident, but that's what can happen. Probably any incidents from the first little race maybe can be penalised in this one. Was in 5-second penalty. I'll have to think about that one. Got to be penalised somehow. Certainly penalty points can be applied. So does Villeneuve pit this lap? Yes, he does. So what will Lee Webb do? Will he follow him into the pits? Or will he stay out a few more laps? He stays out another lap at least, as T-Rex is going to stay out because on the medium tyres. So T-Rex really got to get his foot down, as everyone else around him will be pitting. Villeneuve comes out on the mediums. Will he come out in any traffic? No, because everyone's pitting behind him. So he'll come out in some nice clean air and be able to run his own race. I think he'll come out in some clean air. It might be closer than I thought. Yeah, just about being caught by Vinnals. Vinnals obviously pitting that lap earlier, but yeah, not good enough for his undercuts. Lee Webb's had a problem. Lee Webb's had a massive problem, and T-Rex has managed to get past somehow. So Lee Webb's obviously had some sort of spin. Dear, dear me. As Boyman and Morgonius, I think it was, come together. Some sort of incident there, I think. I didn't really see enough of it to get a view on that one. Roche fairly close to Vinnals ahead. They've been stuck together most of this race so far. We are over half distance now, 8 laps in. As Villeneuve desperately trying to warm up his tyres. Clearly having warm-up issues on that first outlap. It's been caught by Vinnals substantially, actually, with Vinnals on them fresh, warm tyres. So, yeah, interesting stuff, as we've had Shemabs have issues. It's a difficult corner. I think there's about 4 cars came into one, and maybe Shemabs came off worst on that. Zolf all over the back of Suchel for last place. Lee Webb now pits. He's going to come out way behind where he should be because of that few spins, to be honest. As we do see Boyman all over the back of the Maverick. Shemabs has spun, I think, after the previous incident. Hot tyres. Boyman not going to send it down the inside there, because he's just going to get DRS for the next straight and take him there. So here comes Boyman. Pretty easy pass, I think. There'll be no real defence from the Maverick. Might try and get a switch, but no. I mean, Boyman's by very, very easily. Further ahead, I think Villeneuve has just about managed to keep Vinrals and Rocha behind, but they've certainly closed the gap, pitting that lap earlier, because they've had that warm tyre. Whereas Villeneuve was obviously struggling on them cold tyres to catch up, as Lee Webb just comes out between Boyman and the Maverick on cold tyres. Is there going to be an incident here? There's not much room left there, but okay. The Maverick, is he going to send it down the inside? No. Morgonius now gets 3-second penalty as well. T-Rex yet to pit, of course. Where's he going to come out? Probably 4th. Maybe Louis Webb just about in front of him, but only time will tell. But he's going to be on soft tyres to the end, so that's really going to help him. A safety car now would be not the best, actually, because everyone's just a bit soft, probably. But who knows? I think T-Rex is in the pits, so it'll be interesting to see where he does come out. Vinals all over the back of Villeneuve. Will he make a move this time, or will he just save ERS for another lap? And he's got 4 more laps to do it. 5 more laps to do it, I should say, including this one. Not going to do it now. It's taking the sensible option, letting Villeneuve defend fresh air, and he's just going to recharge his battery and go for the kill at the end. Sensible tactic. Can Villeneuve get away? What can he do? He's got to show some pace through the middle section, otherwise he'll be in trouble. So where does T-Rex come out? It does come out as solid P4. He's got 9 seconds to catch up in 5 laps for Rocha, so that seems unlikely, but Rocha does have 5-second penalty, I think, actually, for speeding in the pit lane. So it could be achievable to get on the podium in his return to F5. That'll be good for him. You still see Villeneuve lead the way, but Vinrals is playing a very, very sensible game here. Interesting, Elliot Parker joins the session an hour and 30 minutes late. Can't jump in a car, or won't be jumping in a car if he does his... I don't know what will happen now, I don't think he can. But anyway, enough of the front runner. Vinals is all over the back of the current front runner, Villeneuve. Further back, Black Wolf, who some people had as the winner, is all over the back of Tim Lees. Very clean drivers, both these guys. So there'll be no incident here. Could be a guarantee. Lee Webb in a little bit of a battle with Boyman. Boyman obviously very, very quick and out of position following them spins, but again, that rejoin. Naughty. Smash straight into shade maps. I mean, it's a bit harsh, really. Yeah, so Lee Webb, can he get Boyman? He's going for the move. Boyman does have DRS open as well. What can the Aston Martin do ahead to make it a bit more difficult for Boyman? Not a lot. He should have took the inside line there, really, and let his dad go right around the outside. But what can you do? Oh, Lee Webb's had a moment there and he's cut the corner. He's backed off, obviously, to negate the advantage, as he should. But he has dropped time, and Boyman's now all over the back of his son, Louis Webb. So what can Louis do? Can he hold up Boyman and help his dad out, or will he just power through and hope for the best? Vinrals still all over the back of Villeneuve, a bit more of an ERS differential now, so slowly building that up, ready for the going for the kill. He's going for the kill now. Oh no, Villeneuve's defending, sorry, he's not going for the kill now. So Vinrals just going to do it on the last lap, I think. Shane spins again. Unless there's some downpour of rain or a safety car, I don't think Shane Mabs will be doing anything. This race is about to get lapped by Villeneuve, a little bit different to Australia, but that's life, that's F1. Shane Mab's just going to get out of the way now and let all of his competitors past. Presumably on the next straight, he'll just drop to the side and let them all by. Well done, Shane Mabs. Off the racing line. Oh! What was that? I thought he was going to DNF in the... What was that? I don't know what that was. Dear me. T-Rex gets the fastest lap of the race in all that. I mean, I thought Shane was going straight into the pit wall, but when he went in the pits at pace and retired. Interesting. Anyway, Villeneuve still leads the way. Vinrals really got an ERS advantage now. What's happened? He's obviously used some and failed to get by. So Villeneuve holding on is obviously very good with the exits of the DRS zone. Good stuff. Lee Webb all over the back of his son, Louis Webb. As Boyman has managed to get past both the Aston Martins and looks like he's going to finish a solid P5, although he's got a penalty, so perhaps not. Perhaps it could be further back. So what can the Aston Martins do? Can they stay all over the back of him? And then here comes Rocha. Rocha, Vinrals and Villeneuve for the dash for the line, dash for the win. As Boyman's gone, Boyman's spun. The pressure has got to him. The provisional championship leader, and he has spun and he's dropped down to P8. So this is a massive point swing for Villeneuve here, and probably will be leading the championship by quite a distance actually if he wins this race. But he's got Vinrals and Rocha right behind, so best really Rocha can hope for is P3 due to that penalty. But here comes Vinrals. He's going to dive down the inside of Villeneuve. Villeneuve, is he going to wait and do it on the last lap or get a switch back up into turn 3? We'll see what he decides to do now. He's going for it. He's going for it now. He's going to go round the outside of Vinrals. He's going to try. He's not going to get the job done. Rocha right behind him. So these guys need to be very, very careful. 2 laps to go. So Villeneuve really needs to recharge, and then go for the kill on the last lap. Up into turn 1, turn 3. Once you've got past turn 3, you're probably going to win the race if you're in P1. Stranger things have happened. Villeneuve just going to use DRS here. He's not going to use ERS, although Rocha is using ERS behind. Not going to catch him here. Villeneuve saving battery as his Vinrals, but they have similar ERS. It could be a grandstand finish as we are approaching the final lap of this Bahrain Grand Prix. It's been a pretty good Grand Prix considering 25% distance. I've enjoyed it. No safety cars for once. A couple of weird incidents at the start. Half expected. Yeah, it happens. Villeneuve, of course, on 1 lap fresher tyres, so this is the chance. He's going for it now. He's 6/10 back. It's quite a distance. I don't think he's going to catch him. No, he's not going to catch him. So he's going to have to hope he's got some sort of miracle exit out turn 2 up into turn 3. He's going to have to send one down the inside of Vinrals. He's not one to do the dive bomb on the last lap of a Bahrain race when he can get his first race win of the season. Perhaps he'll go for it. Decides not to. He's just going to pile the pressure on Vinrals all the way through this sector 2 and hope Vinrals makes a mistake on one of the exits onto the straight. And that will be Villeneuve's only hope. Otherwise, Vinrals is going to win his 2nd race in a row. Won in Australia, of course, last week in changeable conditions due to strategy genius. And he could win again in Bahrain just purely on pace. Vinrals is a shout for the championship. Unless Villeneuve can send one down the inside at this corner. He's really going for it. It would be a brave move to send it down here. We've seen what's happened before. He's not done it. He knows his limitations. He's not doing anything silly, not risk the P2. Pick up the points. Your championship contender is probably Vinrals actually now. But Boyman obviously down in P8 with a few penalties to come. Oh, Villeneuve's on a moment there. And that's kept us on the edge of our seats for the last corner as Rocha is going to get a bit of an exit. But of course he got that penalty, so no real dramas. Villeneuve, his heart will be in his mouth. He tries to keep it together. But this man, Vinrals, comes to cross the line to pick up the 25 points for the 2nd race in a row. Well done to Vinrals. Good race from Villeneuve as well. Solid. As Rocha will pick up P3. T-Rex in his return manages to get P4. Pretty solid drive from him. As the 2 Aston Martins will finish P5 and P6. Morgonius, Boyman 7-8 and Vries 9. Potential penalties to come later on for those guys. Black Wolf jumps the lot of them and goes P8. Bisford rounding out the points in P10. Fastest lap, I think, went to T-Rex. Yep, there we go. So he gets that bonus point for fastest lap. And Villeneuve, of course, gets the bonus point for pole position. So, sorry about the issues with the stream, guys. We salvaged it. It wasn't just the stream that had issues. The stream crashed. And then all the drivers were desyncing everywhere, apparently, in the lobby. So we did do a restart. We did 25% race distance. It's 20 past 7. Imagine if we did 50%. And that is the end for another week, as Nico Hilterman will be the last man to cross the line. He managed to get a run out. Bit of a nice practice session for him, as he just finished P17 to finish the race. A bit up and down, not as good as last week, but not bad nonetheless. F4 follows at 8 o'clock, of which I'm driving in today. I'm making my debut in F4, which is exciting. So tune in if you want to see how badly I'll get on in that. So well done again to Vinrals, Villeneuve and Rocha, the podium winners. T-Rex, great performance on his return. P4, pretty solid. I expect him to be close to the front really, but not far away. P4, decent. Quite a lot of penalties just in a short period of time. Look at all these exceeding track limits. T-Rex obviously colliding with Black Wolf early on, we saw that. And then obviously Boyman having that issue. Boyman ignoring yellow flags, 5-second penalty. That's an interesting one to see, but doubtful that gets removed because you overtook under a yellow flag. But you never know, the game's a bit dodgy, so who knows. He certainly won't get spin in the pit lane removed, but shame I wasn't bothered about that because he retired anyway. Probably his nephew was in the way again, which is a shame, but it happened. So that is the end of the race. And I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Could have been better. Well, it's been okay. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Anyway, you'll see better races to come this weekend. F4, as I say, 8 o'clock. A few races tomorrow and F1 on Sunday. Do tune in all weekend. Have a good weekend, and I will see you next week for Monza. Pretty quick, fast race that is. Have a good one. See you later.